I'll click it.
No, this is my problem with this.
If you take one off the top, you should see the other one do it.
No, there's.
This is not straight.
I'll show you what we're doing. Is the gyro preview? Yeah, my block is blue, because of my block was put in.
So it's like a.
Is this broken or is it tennis? Right, so that having all this, if it doesn't again and again, you know, my block, you just see this. It's a chunk of code that you can put in here, so it's reusable. And then, my block. So this is a chunk of code that you can see that on speed. Yeah.
So we're the Lords of the Brick, and we have this robot. Over the years, sometimes the brain we found will just die, like it won't turn on fully. So we made it a little easier to pull it out, so we can pull out the battery underneath it, so it resets it. Because last year we had that problem, but we solved that now. We have a touch sensor to start it, so it doesn't go right away, so it's less likely to mess up.
So to start with, on our main thing, on our robot, our first thing we looked for when building it was compactness, because the sun space is really tight to move. Another thing was that we really needed it rigid, so the frame and the base doesn't twist much. When it came to like attachments, last year we had a big frame that, I don't know, looked like a cube enclosing it. But that made it really hard for other people to do the attachments, because to get the stuff on, you had to click it in at the top and the bottom, which made it really hard for other people to do it. So this year we went for a more person-friendly, simple attachment. So for this one, we have a straight gyro. We have a gyro program that will keep it in a straight line. So, and it can tell it to point to the, it tells it to point it to the right when it's going in. So we can adjust the gyro's variables. We have this year we had 1 jig for all of the programs. So it made it easier. Yeah, I know.
We can't do this one because this is supposed to be hooked up to the wall, and we'll just knock it over if we try it.
Hold it.
I want to break it.
But for our stuff, for other things, we have this, so it's really easy to get it off. Yeah. We decided on thinner wheels, the big thin wheels, because we can cover more distance with less rotations. And this summer, actually, we worked on a gyro turn. It will correct itself, as you saw there.
I don't think that was in the center.
It wasn't.
Oh, that would have
No,
dropped
it
it.
centered
That would have got
itself,
it.
right.
It's gonna fix itself.
But the gyro turn will go after the turn, so that's all in one my block.
Yeah, we missed that.
Yeah.
It would have.
We
It would
had-
have. Just would have done
We
that.
had a lot of people working on attachments, so I don't know if some of you want to tell them what you did?
Every single person here was down working on it multiple times, so everybody made a prototype. Maybe it didn't get in, but like ideas were integrated. So I helped build the attachment that did this and then this. Other people, you can say what you did.
I helped also with that attachment. I also built a gear system that moved quickly, but it couldn't hold much weight, so we didn't use it very much.
I helped with the fountain, getting the water into the fountain.
I also helped with putting water into the fountain.
I helped with building a wall, but I don't think we used it.
Yeah, we were going to
We
use it for
integrated
flipping
it.
this, but we didn't.
But
I helped with working on doing that mission. I made a couple prototypes for some of the attachments.
And we integrated a good deal with it.
I created a gear system that went on top in the front, and I created a way for that side thing to put the tripod on that
Oh, wait, we gotta move that.
Yeah.
on the sewer.
So yeah, so like it wasn't just one or two people down there. Everyone on this team has went down and helped.
okay.
And we had team captains for building and programming, which were Noah and Isaac. Isaac, you're programming, right?
Yep.
But
And
just because they were like captains doesn't mean they did everything. They did everything just had to go through them to put like for building. They would have to go through Noah to put on the robot before they put it on.
Also in the front few pages of the binder. Right here, 3 people on our team did a cost-benefit analysis.
Right.
Where we take the distance and the difficulty, and we rank it from which ones we should do first, and then next, and then the ones we shouldn't do.
Okay.
And we had 3 people do them, so here's all 3 of them.
So Josh, Abby, and Noah did them.
Yeah.
And that was very helpful, actually. We did most of the things that they said we should do.
Yeah, we took all 3 of them and just used all 3 of the different perspectives to figure out what we should do.
That's exactly what most FSU teams do.
How many times
very
does your
good.
robot come back to base?
3
3 times.
Yeah.
3 times back to base, the 4th one we leave it out there.
Leave it out there? And how many missions do you accomplish?
4. Our maximum points is around 250. We go, trigger the filter, come back, put the pump attachment in, trigger this, the filter, trigger the pump, do the rain. That's 2. Then we go down and try to get the pump and replace that, and then get the toilet, and then we come back, and then we do our last run, which is what we can show you right now.
Please don't mess up.
There.
Yeah.
Why does it work now?
Wait, and it might.
Hey.
Yes!
I'm impressed.
So on this one, this takes a little bit longer. This is our longest program.
It's a little off. If it goes in the middle one, don't let it go. Stop it.
Why'd you
Oh
stop
wait,
it
you know,
there?
it's.
Because it'll catch and it pulls this up.
Okay.
We've had a couple of problems where it gets off with this and it'll catch against like this here and it pulls it to the left.
Which is what happened.
But otherwise, this is one of our more consistent runs where when it comes to staying straight on here. Our most consistent run is this one when it comes to just replacing the filter and doing this because we're on that like every time.
And then the
And
rain
then
cloud would do it
the
too.
rain cloud is very, very consistent as well. We spent a lot of time making sure all of our programs worked instead of trying to make more programs. So, but that's a good thing because we top out at 2.5 minutes, just about when this finishes.
So, you guys say you do 4 missions, but you're doing multiple tasks
Yeah.
on your mission. So you're really doing more than 4.
Yeah,
Right.
four
You're
missions.
doing 4 program routines.
Missions, yeah, missions and tasks.
8.
I wasn't sure exactly what you meant when you said
No, that's
missions.
fine.
About 11.
Right.
Actually, has
1, 2, sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Did you work on programming or did you work on a robot?
I worked on the robot. I made a part of that attachment. So he built that thing, but then they had me build another one to help with. I think it was for another thing.
Yeah, and actually we used what you did.
Yes.
And
I built like 2 of them.
Okay. Do you know how many motors are on the robot? Anybody want to help her out? Anybody else? Anybody know how to
There-
motors?
I think there's 4.
Can you
right?
point them out to me?
There's one right here, one right there, and then there's one into it.
Okay, and you mentioned before that the brick, changing the brick out was problematic. What'd you do to make that easier?
Well, last year we did a frame,
Yeah?
Like couple
and so instead of doing a frame, we made it more open and built everything on the bottom and on the sides off of it.
Okay. Where are my programmers? Yeah, anybody else?
And no.
And Elizabeth.
Yep.
So Elizabeth, I have a question for you. So I noticed the robot every once in a while would not go at an even rate. It would speed up or slow down. How did you guys do that?
I think Isaac has a better handle on that.
Just try it and I can help you.
Okay. So,
You didn't really work on it.
Actually, it's in the binder, and we have a set variable, so it will go and start up. So we'll set the max distance, we'll set the speed up and speed down increments. So that'll be 1 degree of power, and that's how it speeds up. We can set when it will have top speed and then when it'll slow down. We set the gyro, so if we want it to turn left while it's doing that, it'll do that. We also have our max speed and min speed.
Yeah. How'd you come up with the idea of the ramper?
Well, last year we had a bunch of problems with like little wheelies, if you will.
Yeah.
We've had problems with that in the past couple of years, actually.
Yeah.
This year is a lot more front heavy, so I don't think that would have been a problem. But with the speed, because we wanted to go faster, it'd hop up and then it'd move side to side and it'd be off. So with this, it starts slow and then ramps up to the top and then comes down, so it stays in one spot, but it has the same speed at one point in time.
I noticed you guys have a lot of attachments that are very big. Some might say cumbersome. Do you guys have issue with them falling apart? And do you think you feel like you could have simplified them at all?
Well, I feel like the only thing that happens is that sometimes, not a lot, but it gets caught on some things. But they don't really fall apart or break off or anything. They just like hit something and it gets it off centered.
One thing that our team worked a lot on, a decent amount actually, is stabilizing things so that we have these crossbars here, because when this gear here, it would pop up out of this thing, and we noticed that was too far up, and I helped fix that, and then I know Ben worked on this. He put some crossbars here. I think what you asked was about it being big. It is big. We've always had, especially the last 2 years, we've had big attachments, but I think it works out pretty well. It does take up a lot of space.
Right.
But the way that, if this were to come past here and it was shorter, then we wouldn't be able to we would actually spend more time turning because it's smaller. So we can come down through the middle and have this drop in here, and then we can just turn a few degrees like that and pick those up. So yeah, it's big, but we could have maybe simplified it, but I think that it works pretty well.
Who built the jig here?
That was, well, I helped find pieces, but that was mostly Isaac and Elizabeth.
Actually, it's more.
So Elizabeth, is this lined up correctly?
Yes.
Yeah. What does it line up on?
you just put it to the wall and
Bad
it's
idea.
got, this goes in between those two bars.
Like
It's
a
to line
railroad.
it up to keep it straight to go.
So it doesn't matter exactly where it is?
It does matter.
It does.
does matter?
That's why we have it. It's because so we can get it like, it's programmed so it has to be at that exact spot to go do them on.
So does it matter north, south, or east, west? Or both?
Yeah.
East, west has to be?
Yeah.
So what
If you have it too far
what if
forward.
this gap here changes on a different table?
That is a very good point.
Yes.
Would you always line this up on the wall?
So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We always line it up on the wall, and that's one of the things that we've always had is to get it in like like right there so it stays on task and goes in a straight line
Okay.
to get where like that.
Awesome. Excellent. And so what other, you said you have a gyro sensor, what other sensors do you have on there?
Yeah, the color
Color
sensor.
sensor?
Color sensor.
And what do you use the color sensor for?
We use the color sensor to detect the black lines, so we know when to turn and when to.
And then the
turn.
touch sensor helps us start the programs.
So like,
There's a color sensor.
so like right here, when we're doing this program, it senses right here and it goes up about a few, like an inch or something, inch and a half, and then it knows to turn, and that's how we do it because of the same, that one.
And then the touch sensor helps us, it's faster. Also, we had a problem with the going through and then pressing. Especially last year when we had that big frame that actually covered the brick, we felt that it was hard to put that in, so we added the touch sensor last year. It's kind of become a thing. It's helpful, actually.
Yeah.
Nice, pretty impressive.
I think that's all the time we have.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Very good job. You guys could just return the field to the way it was, because we don't know how to set things up.